a few days. I'm inking up the shadow right now. Let's see here. I'm just fixing up the building right here. Put some stories in there. Start fixing up these windows right here. Boop. All right. Boom. Trying to get to this all week. It's been real busy on my job, doing pre-press for the book. All right. Yeah, pre-press is a little time consuming, but it's nature of the beast. You gotta do it. It's never fast either. It takes a lot of time. All right. Just watching that Tim Alvarino's over on Joe Rogan. Surprised he had never been on Rogan, man. It was the first time I ever seen him. I know that. That guy could talk, man. He could talk for 5 hours. I've seen him do it. Talking about all the Nephilim and the giants, and yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. Sardinia, all the giant monolith mounds and whatnot. Makes me kind of want to go over there and check it out. Never had a sardine though. Never had a sardine. Used to be able to order them on pizzas, but they don't have them anymore. Oop. I just finished watching Masters of the Universe. It's on over on Prime right now for free. Yeah, it's not in the movies anymore. go. Put on the buildings. Hey, what up, Saboteur? How you doing, man? Just got done watching He-Man right now with the fam. That movie rocks, man. It's got to be my movie of the year. Yeah, you too, man. Happy Friday. Hell yeah. Hope you get the weekend off and everything. Just watched He-Man. We had some. We got some pizza and some root beer floats. That was fun. I made a Dr. Pepper float, a dirty Dr. Pepper float. Oh, the Jag God. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I got to pick those books up, man. So many of those Verotic books I want to get. Right? Hell yeah. Yeah, that Fire and Ice book too, man. That shit's dope, bro. That one by Panosian, that Panosian wrote. Yeah, I don't know who's doing them now, but yeah, definitely Verotic. I think that was a character that Frazetta and Danzig actually both co-created, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Been wrong many a time. Yeah, dude, I really like that the Panozzi one. I just did a review on it the other night. The artwork's really good. It's something. The last guy's name is Lunatic. Yeah. Like Michael Lunatic or Eric Lunatic, something like that. He's got a dope style too. And then Panosian does cover work, but he primarily writes it. It's like it's basically like Frazetta's Conan, you know? That's what it is. His barbarian. Yes, sir. Got it there. Yeah, it's pretty hot out here too. I don't know if it's that hot out there where you're at. Oh my gosh. Boiling out here. Boilermakers. The Panosian one, that's through Dynamite. That one just came out. As far as if that's the one you're talking about, um, but as far as the other one, I believe it's for. Let's see, Veronica. Did you ever see that movie Subspecies with Vladu or Radu? Those movies are pretty crazy. Subspecies is pretty dope. They just made like a sequel to it not too long ago. The same actor, but yeah, it wasn't really the same. I have to go back and finish it though. It was on Tubi for a bit. Tales from the Crypt's all on Tubi now too, so I'm gonna start watching them. Probably gonna start watching that. Finishing those up. The first 7 seasons are up on there right now. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I like the second one, man. It's cheeseball, but yeah, I dig that shit. I think they're all pretty cheeseball. They're from Full Moon Pictures. Yeah. The Bloodstone. The Bloodstone. Yeah, I hope they make another He-Man movie, man. That shit was dope. I feel like they will, but I doubt it. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think it depends on how many people watch it this weekend. It's number 1 right now on stream and on Prime. Let's see here. Oh, you saw it on Amazon? Yeah, and Warlock. Yeah, dude. I like that movie. It's got that. It's got like a Mike Mignola feel to it, bro. So does Warlock. Now that I think about it, we're kind of like the main, like the main the bad, like the monster is like the main character, kind of. Same thing with Hellboy. That's what I mean. You don't really get that type of stuff. He-Man, you just saw it. What, did you like it or what? It's like whatever. I really dug it. Let's see here. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's free on Amazon right now too. It's actually Amazon's first movie. They pretty much made it, and then they're like, oh, let's put it in the theater for a month or so. Stack an extra 100 million on it, you know. I definitely would say it's like the movie of the year. Definitely like the blockbuster. You know, it's the Marvel movie we didn't get, kind of. Oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah, it's free on. If you got an Amazon membership, it's on there for free. No, it's their first. I'm not sure if it's their first big movie or their first big like theatrical movie. It's probably their first actual like movie they released in theaters. Yeah, it's got really cool action in it. A lot of good special effects, I thought. Um, cool He-Man, a cool Skeletor, great soundtrack. It's got a lot of humor in it. It's got everything except for romance, which I don't think it should have romance at this film. Maybe the second one a little bit. Um, and I think it's a good film for I guess boys to watch. You know, that are like in their early teens. You know, there's a lot of like crude, raucous humor, but it'll go over their head. A lot of it will. You know, like the stuff they're talking about in there. A lot of those kids shouldn't even really know about what the fuck that shit means anyway. You know, so. As far as like the raucous humor, yeah. Especially like if little boys watch it, they won't know what the fuck they're talking about. You know, that's for the Gen Xers and the Boomers and the Millennials that are watching it, fans. No, I never did. Rob Norton's Masters book. I would though. I love He-Man, dude. You know, it's Conan on roids pretty much. But there's so much different. There's so many different lores, you know. And then the director, he was trying to like kind of basically make his own lore, but do some fan service too, you know, like nod to everybody. You know, like they have like one of the villains, I forgot, the main guy that was under Skeletor in the movie with Dolph Lundgren and Frank Langella from the 80s. That one monster with the hook, and he's got like a kind of like a slimy face and like kind of like a white kind of sweatery thing and a cape, and he's got kind of white hair. He's in the movie. He has some pretty big action scenes in there. Yeah, they put out a comic. It looked okay. It's just, I think it's actually like a prequel to the movie or something like that. But the art is a little too. It looks like it's kind of like Brian Hitch, but also it also looks like some of it was 3D model traced. But half the art nowadays, man, like even if you open half the books, it seems like, yeah, I'd say probably about half of them from the big two, when you open them up, they're 3D modeled trace, you know. Oh, Mark Texiera, he's one of my favorites. I loved his Sabretooth run back in the day when I was a kid. I remember that was the first run I fully collected, man. I was so proud of myself. Like, I have them all. And like, I loved Sabretooth growing up. I related more with him, kind of, because he was blonde. He's very feral, you know. That's kind of like me. But I mean, you know, it was always him and Wolverine. I liked him about the same, but I really related a lot with Sabretooth. And I always kind of wish he was a good guy, but he just never was. But I love that book. I love the way they drew him, and I really love the way Texiera drew Wolverine specifically in that series. That's probably my favorite rendition. Yeah, I like Barry Windsor-Smith's Wolverine, and then I like Texiera a lot. Those guys draw him really cool. So does Frank Miller. A lot of people like Silvestri. Yeah, it's good stuff, huh? Yeah. Hey, how's it going, Shalom? Thanks for stopping by, man. So yeah, I was talking to my brother-in-laws right now, telling them about He-Man. Go watch it. You know, it's free. And I think the next He-Man movie needs to be called He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. You know. Hey, what's up, Alan Reagan? Yeah, He-Man's awesome. I think it's all about branding, man, and I think people need to know it's a He-Man movie. But I don't know. They'll probably call it Masters of the Universe 2, Part 2 or something. Because there's kind of something. They have 3 secret scenes in that movie. three. You got to watch the credits in Masters of the Universe. Yeah. Yep. Not every day you get to watch a movie with your kids, though. That's cool, you know. That's one thing I really like miss about the good Marvel movies, man. Like that's one thing I could argue about Marvel and comic book movies, right? I know everybody's sick of them, and they're sick of the heroes and the capes and whatnot. But the one thing I do like about it, man, is you can watch them with your kids, and usually they're pretty entertaining, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. I know most of us want to watch like a good Sin City or a 300 or something like that, something gritty. But yeah, every now and then you need a. What is it? You need an Incredible Hulk or a Thor movie or an Ant-Man done good, or a good Iron Man movie, good Spider-Man movie, you know. I'm looking forward to Spider-Man. I kind of dug that last Spider-Man movie to honestly. I like seeing all the old Spider dudes. It's like, oh, this is pretty cool, man. I guess that they're gonna kind of consolidate all the universe stuff after Secret Wars. So in the next, I don't know, few years. Hey, what's up, Timothy Olsen? How you guys doing? What about Doomsday? I'm excited for Doomsday. I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna bring him in. He's gonna be like the Thanos, you know. And a lot of people are mad because they're not building him up. But you can't. You got to kind of switch it up. You do want to build people up, but how do you put it? Like, not every villain you're gonna build up, man. You know, like look at the Joker in the Dark Knight. They didn't build him up. He kind of just came in there, you know. They teased him a little bit in Batman Begins. This guy has a taste for the theatrics. Leaves a calling card. You know, that was about it. You know. Same thing with Doom. They kind of tease him a little. You know, sometimes villains are just going to come in like a storm. You know, like a freight train. Sometimes they're going to take 20 movies to build up. You know. So, but with that being said, the what Feige was saying is alluding to, at least someone was saying that. Don't quote me, but Doom, this is just going to be Doom's first appearance, right? And he'll probably become Iron Doom, some type of Iron Man, or he'll get some of Tony's tech or something like that, and he still will be Dr. Doom, but he'll also have an Iron Man suit probably in the next movie. But he's probably going to be in, you know, all the next movies, but he's not going to be Tony. He's going to be Victor Von Doom the whole time. He will be the villain that's around all the time, which I'm kind of cool with. You know, fuck it, whatever, dude. Could be worse. Could be a hell of a lot better, but if RDJ wants to be like a Doctor Doom in the next five Avengers movies, kind of lurking around, fucking shit up, teaming up with other bad guys or controlling them or doing that, I'm fucking with it. You know, I'm done fighting it. You know, there's nothing I can really do about it. It is what it is. Might as well get some popcorn, bro, and watch the motherfucker. Let's see. It should be the Beyonder, right? Ooh, yeah, the Beyonder. I forgot about him. Spider-Man has been cool. However, Punisher is going to be rad. You excited for that? I mean, to me, that just seems like a comic book, bro. That's why I'm really excited for it. You know, like, you got the Punisher, you got Hulk and Spider-Man all up in one movie. You know, it just sounds like fun. I don't know what it is. I just love seeing the big name characters on screen together. You know, it seems like we haven't really got that too much. And the way that like Punisher looks and Hulk and Spider-Man, they look very comic book accurate in this movie. You know, like I don't know. I mean, it just really looks more like a page of the comic. He's got the old school spider suit. Punisher's got the skull on there. Hulky's a little bigger. He's got more veins now. He looks a little more sinister too. He looks like basically looks like Banner's kind of losing control a little bit more. I really wish Banner would lose control with this Hulk. I'm tired of Mark Ruffalo's Banner. He needs to go away. They need to do something with that. Spider-Man. Oh yeah. So the Punisher. I still got to finish Daredevil, man. I never finished Daredevil, and I don't think I finished the last episode of Spider-Man Noir. And I really dug Spider-Man Noir. The only thing that was kind of bugging me right now was Karen Page. She started doing martial arts and stuff and knocking motherfuckers out, and it just felt kind of off. I mean, right now it's kind of bothering me, but maybe it won't bother me like in a year, or maybe once I finish this. I don't know. Sometimes I get in these little moods, these little ticks where I'm like, I don't like that, but then I might circle back around. You know what I mean? I might give it another shot. I don't know. It's really not hard to fuck these things. It's really not hard to fuck these things up, man. It is, but it isn't. Like, making these movies woke and shit like that. That shouldn't be the main thing we're worried about all the time. But unfortunately, it is. There was a time when we were just worrying about like recasts and stuff. Like what happened to Terrence Howard and Edward Norton? Now it's like, fuck. What character are they gonna, what are they gonna do to who next? But I think they're going to be doing some course correcting. I think hopefully Feige learned his lesson. We'll see. There's been some speculation online that they're going to bring in a brand new cast of X-Men. I'm talking like a third, almost like the third brand new cast, allegedly. Because they kind of did that with Fassbender and James McAvoy or whatever. But I don't see them in the trailers, and they might be over it. They did I think 4 movies with those guys, and then the OG cast from like the first 2 or 3 movies, they're in the trailer, right? And it's kind of weird because Gambit isn't from that universe. Taylor Kitsch is, so it's really confusing. But I'm at the point where like these universes are. They just got to make, for me, they just got to make a little bit of sense, but they got to entertain me, They could do a little bit of explaining in each movie while this motherfucker from this universe is in here. Like, we got this Green Goblin from 512, and then we got Doc Ock from like 735 because of blah, blah, blah. Boom. All right, cool. Let's get the movie going. Let's have a good movie, Get the popcorn. Let's see here. Hey, what's up? Bascom, how you doing, man? For sure, brother. I put you in the artist gallery too. You're in the back of the book, man. I got your art in there. Same thing with Luke's and Saboteur. They showed the new Gene. Oh, they did the new Gene on X, huh? I got to jump on there. Oh yeah, it's Comic-Con right now. That's right. It's Saturday, right? It's Comic-Con. How do you send your art? Oh, you just post it up on the community tab. You just go to my channel, then you scroll to the right and look for community, and then you go in there and post. It should be able to do it if you're a channel member, or if you're a subscriber. Oh, Magneto from First Class in the trailer too. No shit. Oh no, thank you guys, man. Thanks for doing some Hellware work, man. I appreciate it. I'm honored to have an artist gallery, and I'm in pre-press right now, and we're almost done. We just gotta iron out a couple more bells and whistles, and it'll be good to go. Piece of cake, piece of crumb cake. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. We got Doomsday. We got Spider-Man. Those movies are going to clean up at the box office. Marvel will take. This will be a win for Marvel. How many years has it been since the last Avengers movie? How many years has it been since the last Avengers movie? It's been like 6 or 7 years, right? Haters are going to go out to the movies, I think, to see that, and I'm definitely a hater. I don't like all the characters that are in there. I don't like Black Panther's sister being Black Panther. I think they should have recasted Chadwick Boseman. They should have got like freaking Idris Elba or somebody. Well, Idris Elba maybe not, but somebody, dude. I would have cast Idris Elba as Blade. Yeah, but they should have recasted him again like they did with Norton and they did with Terrence Howard, bro. There was no problem with that in Phase 1, but for some reason, Phase, fucking 10 right now or whatever the fuck it is, they have a problem with it. We can't recast. Or they want to jump on, oh, let's make it the sister. Oh, it's a girl. You know, I don't know. But that's not T'Challa. I don't like Namor either. Namor is not Aztec. He's Greco-Roman, hence his name. Namor is Roman, is spelled backwards. You know, he's supposed to be more of a Greco-Roman, not a Mexican. You know, it's not that. I think from what I've seen from like the concept art, I haven't seen Wakanda Forever, but from what I've seen from the concept art, it had some cool looking Mexican characters. You know, Aztec warrior-esque Atlanteans. But Atlantis is always going to be Greek, dude. It's always Greco-Roman. And then forget that, just comic accurate Namor. They should have got like Hugo Weaving, dude. Hugo Weaving would have been badass. I know he played Red Skull, but he would have been cool. You know, I think The Rock would have been a cool Namor, to be honest. I think he's going to be Apocalypse now, though. She's a good actress. She's fine. I just don't want her to have the. I want T'Challa. I want him to be the Black Panther. I don't want his sister to be the Black Panther. You know, give her a different moniker too. Just like I don't like Sam Wilson either being Captain America. He needs to be Falcon. And then I don't want Falcon got replaced, I heard, by another dude too. I don't want that either. Make a new character. I'd rather have him Falcon, or like I've been preaching this for fucking years, make him American Eagle. Falcon should be called American Eagle, right? Have him do that. Also, why is he? You know, he's got the shield and the Uzis and the big old wings. You know, he's kind of OP. He's kind of OP. I could see maybe for one movie if he's gonna fight like a Red Hulk, then all right, cool, dude. You could do that like at the end, but you gotta have that shield too. I don't know, dog. That's a little too much. It's a little much. So those are some of the gripes that I have, but I might go back and watch some of the last Marvel movies just for fun. One of them that I missed was one of the ones I missed was Shang-Chi. I actually really want to watch that. I really want to watch Shang-Chi. I remember I started it up, but I just had to leave and go do something, and I was like, hey, this is okay. Might be all right, you know. I like Chinese mysticism. I find it fascinating, you know. I just like all types of mysticism and folklores, but I really love like Big Trouble in Little China and I like Chinese mysticism mixed with martial arts. It's fucking awesome, you know, and that's what that is, right? So I'm gonna probably go watch that next. I seen Thor: Love and Thunder. It had some pretty cool spots in it, but I don't like Thora. I don't like Jane Foster becoming Thor. I don't like I don't like it to be I don't like everybody picking up Thor's hammer, dude. I just don't like it. I don't like Cap doing it either. I mean, it's cool, but at the same time, I don't like it. If like I wouldn't have put that in the storyline, and I wouldn't have made Thor fat either. I didn't like that either. So again, I know it's the MCU and it's not the comics, you know, but there's just little things where I'm like, I don't like that. But with all that being said, I still want to go watch the movies, you know. As long as it's entertaining, cool, right? And I really like the first, what is it? All the movies up until Endgame were pretty fucking good, dude. That's a solid run, dude, of just cool, like, action, you know, PG-13, like, movies you could watch with your family. You ain't got to worry about, you know, fucking reading parental guidance on it, you know? For the most part. There's some stuff here and there, but it's hard though, man. It's really hard. I think it's really hard trying to make a movie that's going to captivate the attention of the parents and the kids. Now, usually someone's going to get bored, right? Yeah. But Sin City, man. Sin City Western. Frank Miller's been working on a Sin City Western for a minute. I'm really looking forward to that. That should be pretty cool. That doggone He-Man theme is stuck in my head. It's catchy as fuck. It's like, I guess we could do this right here. Try to get a hand coming out of there. But yeah, so and then we got Werewolf coming out on Christmas. So we got Werewolf, we got Spider-Man on Friday, and we got Doomsday coming out on Christmas time as well. So I wish there was more movies coming out. I'm sure there's probably some I'm not thinking of, but yeah, they need to put more movies out in like I don't know, September, October time. Maybe there's some horror movies that I don't know about, but pretty much just seems like Werewolf, Doomsday, and Spider-Man. That's it. Yeah. There's that new Lord of the Rings coming out on Amazon. I watched some of this. I watched some of that shit. I watched some of the Sauron shit. It's kind of whack, but some of it has some pretty cool little scenes in it. But it's not Peter Jackson, you know. Yeah. I'm waiting for the hunt for Gollum. Right. I think Highlander comes out next year. That's probably the main one I'm looking forward to. I can think of. Yeah, I haven't seen Wakanda yet, but we'll see. I might check that out. I haven't watched it yet. I saw Moon Knight. I thought that that TV show was okay. There just wasn't enough Moon Knight in it. I think he's actually like in his OG costume for like maybe 10 minutes of screen time or something like that. It's like, come on, bro. That dude's in everything. He's like Pedro Pascal. Who else was like that? Josh Brolin. He was in a lot of shit for a minute too. He was like, I'm Jonah Hex. And then he was, I'm Cable. And then I'm Thanos. He was like 3 characters. Chris Evans too. He was Captain America, Human Torch, and then he was in a movie called The Losers. That was a comic movie. But the guy that's been in the most comic book, that's played the most comic book characters of all, I think it's Jeffrey Dean Morgan, or at least comic book movies. Things that have to do with comic, it's Jeffrey Dean Morgan. The guy plays Negan. He's in tons of shit. I think it's like 6 different IPs. He was in Walking Dead. He was in The Losers, Watchmen. What else was he in? He was in Jonah Hex. Because he has a lot of roles, dude. He was in Batman vs Superman. He plays Thomas Wayne. The list goes on. There's more too. I know it. Just can't remember them all. He's a good actor though. think the dude's kind of not doing too well right now. Looking kind of sickly lately. I think I'm going to watch Morbius tonight. I got to check the parental rating. Where's that? He's trying to sling that ice cream out there. Maybe not a lot of big name movies coming out, but yeah, there's got to be tons of movies, like horror movies and such. I talked about this the other day, but I watched The Pope's Exorcist with Russell Crowe. That movie was pretty cool, man. It had a couple of like kind of janky scenes in it, but yeah, it was good. And the concept is really good, and you can make a ton of movies. You could do a whole TV show with like 200 episodes. He's hunting down demons that escape from hell, pretty much, and it's based on a true story off the actual Pope's Exorcist. The dude wrote a bunch of books. Yeah, they like kind of fire him or whatnot, and then they end up needing him, so they got to have him come and do this big case, and it's pretty cool. And a lot of the time, he's saying like most of the time when he's doing exorcisms, it's not exorcisms, it's just people that have psychological breakdowns and problems like that. You know, it's things brought on by the psyche. It's not demons, but sometimes it is, in fact, demons that he's dealing with. So, yeah, that movie was, it was good, dude. There was just a couple of like little CG parts at the end, like, you guys didn't need to put that in there, you know? You guys didn't need it. But sometimes I kind of feel for him, man. It's like practical effects are expensive now. They're more expensive than CGI, and then CGI is kind of ass now. So that's the problem. Oh, I was talking about with my brother the other day. We were talking about He-Man. I thought the Beast Man looked fucking dope. He looked really good. The way the CGI on him looked great. A lot of the CGI in He-Man looks awesome. Some of it might be questionable, but a lot of it looks really good. Like Skeletor's skull looks pretty cool. I have a character called Butch Cleaver that's this kind of cowboy butcher from this gothic town of Oubliette, this kind of world I made up in my first comic. And just watching the way that they do the skull, like in that movie, just makes me wonder, man, like if I ever hit the lottery or something, I became like a billionaire, I would make my own Butch Cleaver movie, and yeah, I would be cool with the CGI. It looked cool in there. Yeah, they actually got him to move the face around a little, and the skull looked pretty dope. All right, there's that. Yeah, I miss that character. Sometimes if you guys make comics, you might make characters and you take a break from them. That for me, that's one of them. I really missed that world and haven't really done anything with it for a few years now. 3 years now, 4 years now. Every now and then I'll draw them, but yeah. Yeah. Hey, what up, Lek? How you doing, man? Just drawing some more of this. I had a feeling this pick was going to take me a while. But I figured, yeah, it's probably going to take about 2 weeks. A lot of stuff going on. I'm gonna be adding stuff too. Spontaneity is always fun, you know, in music, in life, you know. I think it's good to plan things out, but leave room for spontaneity in life, in art, music, what you're gonna do, what you're gonna do on your birthday, your day off. Always have room for spontaneity. It makes things fun to switch it up, you know. To be a little surprised. It was cool seeing Solomon Kane in there too, and He-Man. Solomon Kane was He-Man's dad, and he's fucking fools up style, throwing guys, hacking them. That's pretty cool. I really wish they would make another one. That movie was pretty good. That's something I would definitely try to just do all practical. Solomon Kane. Got the new Solomon Kane book. Did you get the new Solomon Kane book, Lek? Oh, thanks, Lek. It's in India. Not yet, but it's bound to end up in my hands. I saw you were digging Dark Wolf. I think it's a 5-parter. Ooh, fuck yeah. I thought it was a 3-parter. Even better. I like that character. I like barbarians, man. I think they're cool. That's why I want to make one, you know? Yeah. Oh no, not another one. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta do one. That's a pretty cool looking design too. With the wolf pelt. It's pretty brutal too if you actually like sit and think about how Dark Wolf made the wolf mask. Because he has like the eyes, and I think he cuts off the mouth area. Like he cuts it right where he has the 2 eyes, and then he cuts out where like the nose and the mouth, it's all gone, and he just puts it on his head. pretty brutal. Brutal. Yeah, he took the snout off, dude. It's so fucking crazy, you know? I'm sure not that many people think about that. I'm like, damn, that's fucking brutal. Fucking metal. Oh, again, you know, I'll be talking about He-Man a lot, but I think that movie has the most metal guitar riffs I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, it's got the most metal guitar riffs. Especially, like heavy metal or melodic metal or traditional metal, however you want to put it. It's so many guitar melodies in that movie, like hammer-ons and solos and fucking, dude. Brian May got down. Let's see, I've been enjoying the Fire and Ice stuff from Dynamite. Just like I was really liking Frazetta books from Opus. It's a good fertile ground for stories. Fire and Ice or Dynamite or both. Yeah, Dynamite's kind of killing it right now, dude. They've always kind of had like books that I want, you know, like every now and then, right? Like especially the Evil Dead stuff. Pretty cool to see He-Man doing so well on its opening weekend on Amazon. I know, man. I already watched it twice. I watched it with we got some. I was saying earlier, we got some pizzas from Domino's. I went and got they have a special right now for like large or any pizza you want with 5 toppings for I think $10.99. So I got like a stuffed crust pizza with Alfredo sauce and pepperoncinis and bacon and Italian sausage. It's pretty good. What else I get? Then I got a barbecue sauce pizza with like Italian sausage, onions. What else would I put on there? I put ham on it and bacon. Yeah, and I think bell peppers. What did I get on the last pizza? I think the last pizza I got pepperoni, extra cheese, ham, bacon, and Italian sausage. Then I got root beer. We got root beer floats, and then I got some Dr. Pepper. I made Dr. Pepper floats. Then I made me a dirty Dr. Pepper. And it's not the McDonald's one. That one has cold foam, but mine I did French vanilla ice cream, Dr. Pepper, and then a shot of whiskey in there. It was pretty good. We were watching He-Man. Let's see. I also want to get the Death Dealer by Danzig and Sharp and Danzig and Rosetta and Bisley. I need to get those as well. Opus Comics. Opus Comics had a Death Dealer series and was doing a bunch of Frazetta properties when they went belly up. Dynamic basically took over. Let's see, Dawn Attack, Tales of Science Fantasy. They were all based off Frazetta's work. Oh, nice. Yeah, Frazetta's always got something, dude, that like I don't know about, you know. I'm always being put up on game. I love it. And right now I need to start listening to some more radio stuff. I'm trying to get into some Shadow lately too. It's been pretty fun. The Shadow knows. And then I'm going to be probably reading some Solomon Kane after this. I'm going to be probably drawing some Solomon Kane after this. I don't know what though. Last time I had him fighting like a crone and a bird demon out in the English country. I'm gonna do something different. I'll probably have him in like Africa this time. We'll see. Something different. That's where like a lot of the iconic stories are, you know, Africa or England. For old Solomon. Oh, that Raimi movie too. That one, Send Help. I gotta watch that. That one's out there right now. Yeah, a lot of stuff to watch. The new Tales from the Crypt just dropped too, or the old Tales from the Crypt just dropped on Tubi for free. I was waiting for years for that shit. I was trying to buy it at one point. Right now, not so much. Right now, I'm not buying movies because I can't. I have nowhere to store them. So. Not buying movies or DVDs. Barely got room for comics. Have you got the new SK Pastiche novel from Titan? I've been holding off on the pro stuff from them for a bit. Too many disappointing Conan novels. Yeah, I haven't been really picking up the Pastiche Conan, to be honest with you, man. I'm just really kind of focused on Howard's stuff and the comics, you know. And then if not, then I want to go. I really like just reading kind of Howard's other stuff. Get into some Borak or some Almeric or he's got a bunch of stuff that I want to pick up from the Howard Foundation website. They have tons of things to read. I want to pick up some of his westerns. Yeah, it sucks too, right? Because like, imagine if whoever wrote some of those books, they just did some tweaks to the story and it wasn't Conan, like maybe changed a couple of names of some terminology of some places and some things and some magic and whatnot and some characters. You have a totally different character. Probably wouldn't have been as bad, right? I'd like to write a Conan story, but then the boxing stories are really good. Yeah, and it's like it'd just be so easy to mess something up. I think writing a Conan story, you got to really know the character and you got to really know the world. Yeah. Gotta have that shit down. Conan wouldn't do that. You got to figure out what age you want to make him to. What would he do at what age? That's why I'm fucking with my own stuff and Crom. King Crom. I'm doing my King Crom story. I was working on that a little bit today too. That was fun. Doing kind of like a over the hill Crom, where he's in his like 50s. Pretty fun. Having him out in the wilderness in one of the chapters. He's out there catching fish and rabbits and God knows what else. See, I was writing a new Conan novel. I just tried to make sure there wasn't a giant snake. If I was ever writing a new Cole novel, I would try to make sure there wasn't a lot of snakes. Yeah, pretty much, man. I think people are kind of over the snakes and the reptiles, right? I would do it though. I would be afraid, but at the end of the day, it's like, bro, I'm gonna do it. Just like if someone said you want to do a Batman story, fuck yeah, I would. Do I have one? Fuck yeah, I got one. Do I got a pitch? Yeah. Is it kind of like outdated and have a lot of people done the similar thing? Yeah. A lot of people kind of start thinking about the same shit, sometimes. But yeah, I would definitely do a Conan story. I don't know what I have an idea of what I would do, but I don't know for sure. Probably be a jungle story. Somewhere that would be like the location. That, or I would also bring him out to I'd probably take him to like Vanaheim or something. Somewhere in the snow. He's not in the snow a lot. He left the snow. Robert never took him back again. After Frost Giants, he never went back there. I know that, and then I know there was some pastiche Sumerian tales. Probably do something like that. Take him back to Samaria. I think that could be fun. Or not. Maybe not. Nah, I probably wouldn't do that. would definitely bring back. I want to make some new characters. I'd want to expand on it. You know, I would expand on it and then try to change it as much as I possibly could, so it wouldn't be like Howard's. I want to respect Howard and be like, oh, Howard kind of, you know, let someone write this for him and kind of chaperoned him, but I'd want it to be different. You got it, man. You can't be doing the same old shit all the time. You don't want to bore the fuck out of everybody. Even if when they first read it, they're like, fuck this, man. This isn't, I'm not really sure about this, you know? But then maybe like upon like them thinking, you know, maybe a couple hours later, hey, you know what? This is a little something different though. At least they're not doing the same shit. As long as it's respecting Howard, you know? And he leaves a lot of room in there too, especially if you're following like, if you're encapsulating all of his work, you know, talking about like the land before coal. That's metal, bro. Imagine if he went back in that time, right? Have Conan travel back through time through an ethereal like dream or a spell. Wouldn't that be cool? And maybe he leaves Hyperborea and goes and fights some fucking vampires and werewolves and shit. That could be cool. It could happen. I mean, it happened in Kings of the Night, right? With Cole. Why can't it happen again? Why couldn't it happen with Conan? See, I was writing a new Conan novel. Okay, yeah, you said that already. All right, get some tea. Okay, we've been going in about an hour. We're probably gonna go about another hour, guys. I'm gonna go get some more tea. It's hot, man. I'm getting dehydrated. I think in the letters to Lovecraft, they discuss how Conan returned a number of times, but always brief visits. Oh, dude. See, if you could just take all the stuff that he wrote, even through letters to Lovecraft, I would consider all of that like all of that free reign, like all of that free game too. You know, like open season to use to write stories. You know, why not? Why not? Man, it is really hot. Yeah, but I think for Conan, man, yeah, it would be really cool. I wouldn't mind submitting a story either to like maybe to Malmberg or Heroic Signatures. They might be down to let you print it, or they might print it. A lot of people want to do Brad McMorn stories too. You know, a bunch of the Carter Sprague de Camp stories were from literal thumbnails or a couple of paragraphs about an idea. Yeah, no, that's what I would do. That's where it starts, from like a paragraph or a thumbnail. Yeah. Why not, right? That's where it would start with Howard. Then probably what was ever eating away at him the most, that's what he would go to write, you know. That's as it should be, you know. That's how you know what story you need to write, is the one that will not let you sleep, the one that you get up at night. And sometimes you might have a lot of stories, and some of them, or you might have a lot of stories and none of them are doing that for you. Or it might take a little spark for you to for that story to get reignited into a way that's making you lose sleep. So, yeah. I do have a story though. I'm working on my own barbarian stuff. And I'm writing it right now, and I have a lot of ideas too for I could write or do a bunch of graphic novels. I have 16 different kind of pulpy ideas, you know, of things I want to talk about with my barbarian. I think that like the cool thing about Conan is how they're all done out of order, but I don't think I could do that personally. Just maybe not in the beginning. I kind of needed everything in like a sequential order, because my character, you kind of need to, unfortunately, know his origin from the beginning, and then it's going to kind of build from there. Yeah, and then once he gets to like 20 or 30 years old, then you could probably jump around in the stories and go other places. Then you can get into the real pulpy shit. But I just hope I live long enough to write my stories the right way, and hopefully make some comics out of them too. Fuck yeah, man, make some comics out of them. Oh, that'd be great. I wish I could show you guys the map I made. I did it on I did it all in color too. I'm drawing it in colored like pastels and crayons and chalk and pencils, so it looks kind of grainy and scratchy. I'm doing it on Clip Studio. I should probably print it out just in case it ever gets deleted. I'll have it. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I'm building on it, and I'm pretty proud of it. Yeah. Yep. It's weird though too, man. I think I'm onto something really original, and then I see something that's been done already, and it's kind of discouraging. There's something with the Game of Thrones that I never even knew about. I saw like a little, I think something with the Baratheons, and yeah, I never read the Game of Thrones books, so I don't know. But something like aesthetically is a lot like something that I was creating over the past couple months. And now I'm going to scrap it because so they already did it. George R. R. Martin already did it, goddamn. And it wasn't something that he took from somebody else. It's like an original idea. It's kind of discouraging. The best thing about map making is you get to do all the world building as you go. This country hates this country because they both like this beach and together, etc. Yeah, right? I went in and I was writing the character and where he came from and who he's with now and where he lives and yada yada yada. But I had to write I wrote a whole kind of like mythos of what happened before that in that world and what shaped that world, you know. And there was a cataclysm and why there was a cataclysm and what happened to the world after that, you know. And I'm trying to think of a new type of cataclysm, just a new tweak, you know, something a little different, right? There's only so many things you could do. So you're taking like ideas from Howard, and Howard takes from history, then you take from history too. Like, you know, aliens came down and taught them civilization and taught them technology, you know, and you start thinking of that and you're like, ah. So it's just always you're trying to think of something different. Because I really want to have the world set up before I start writing the timeline. I think that's important. It makes it a little easier. Yeah, and the fun thing is too, man, you could tweak the map out a lot when you're doing it, right? In that book I was talking about, Butch Cleaver, there's this place called the Bone Void, and it's this desert where the sand is made of bone dust. And I thought that I was kind of creating something new with that, and I figured out, oh no, it's been done. It's in Dragon Arrow. So they thought about that. I don't know who thought about it first. I mean, I had it in print since 10 years ago, but I'm sure their shit's been around for 20 years. But I never even knew about the comic, you know. But it's a bone desert, you know. But I'm not gonna stop doing it because I didn't know that their shit was around at the same time mine was, and that was on the other side of the planet. That was over in Italy, you know. But anyways, I put the Bone Void in my map. You know, all my comics, they're all in the same universe. I want everything to be in one cohesive universe. See, books, comics, games, you need to make the rules to the world before you know what happens here and there. Yeah, exactly, right? Do they have two suns? Do they have two moons? Could they have two suns? You know? All that stuff. Yeah, you gotta get in there. It's annoying too, but you got to do it. Seems like it would be fun, like that. The dudes that did the Dragon Arrow, the Italian guys. It's two guys that kind of work together on it. That seems like it would be kind of fun. But at the same time, too, it's kind of fun just to have your own thing. You don't want to be fighting with people over shit. It's a little easier. So everybody has their own like personal preferences on stuff. Yeah. Kind of sucks though, man. You'll be working on a character and then you gotta kind of get rid of shit, or you come up with a cool name, someone else has it, gotta get rid of it. Come up with the cool costume, someone has it, gotta get rid of it. Come up with some cool armor, someone has it, gotta get rid of it. Yeah. It's like how we can only think about so much, right? It's a little similar sometimes. But I guess that might be the fun part for some, right? Finding something original. Can't believe how hot it is today, man. Yeah, so in some ways you kind of, I think for me, for what I'm doing is you got to kind of make up your own. You got to make up your own monsters. You literally got to design, like, you got to go Avatar on that motherfucker. You know what I mean? If you go Avatar on that, you're making like the Navi, you're making characters like that, you know, and then, you know what I mean? then you're thinking of something totally original. I know that stuff's kind of lame, but hey, at that point, it's totally something fresh, dude. You know, you're gonna make a whole race of characters that look like chameleons. You know, where their eyes could spin around and they could change colors, and they got long tongues and fucking, you know, 4 fingers that look like thumbs and a long tail, right? Then you give them a sword, and you know, you put them up in trees, and then they fight other, you know, they fight other tribes, and then they live on a I don't know, maybe a jungle planet that's the trees are orange and the sky is freaking, you know, green or something. You know what I mean? You just kind of think up a new world. Think up a whole new world with new characters. Then it gets a little easier, I think. It also gets kind of lame in a way, but then at the same time, like, now I know I can see where James Cameron was coming from. It's like trying to make something totally original. It's really hard, dude. You really got to go like anthropomorphic, even if you want to make humans. Oh, another one, was it that Kirkman did, the Skin Breaker, you know? He did kind of like these Jim Henson, like Dark Crystal, you know, type people. Yeah, that's another one, Dark Crystal, right? So a world with these, it's a fantasy, it's not barbarian, it's not sword. I guess it's sorcery, but not sword and sorcery. Maybe just dark fantasy. You know, Elric did it, though. Morkot got in there. Elric was a really cool original character, something different. You know, he was taken from Conan, but he was a lot different. Kind of the inverse. Hey, what's up, Buzz? How you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by, brother. Just yapping, talking about creating you know, like fantasy worlds and stuff. I'm drawing the Shadow right now. Yep. Shadow knows. But yeah, it's got to keep on trying, keep on making new things. The Avatar meme with the dude saying we're going to pillage and leave and you'll still be on your back. Weird Planet wasn't in the movie, but it's so spot on. It's all I think about when it's mentioned. I you know what? I like the Avatar movies, bro. I like all three of them. I actually think I like the first. I think I like the third one the best. Yeah, for sure. The final, the one that just came out, that's definitely my favorite one. I like the Stephen Lang character. I guess it's like not cool to like those movies. No, but I did, dude. I liked the third one. I thought it was cool. I liked his character. I liked the family dynamic too. Thought it was fun. I don't think he's gonna make any more though. I don't think he is. He might make one more, but he even kind of said, man, he's kind of tired of it. He wants to completely reboot Terminator, like get rid of the T-1000, the T-100, you know, like Schwarzenegger, all that. He wants to just completely go back to formula and think of something else. There won't be any of those things in there. He's doing that, and he's also working on The Devils, which is like a crazy monster hunter type book. I think during the medieval times, that looks promising. It's based off a book called The Devils. I think it has like a Templar knight in it and some werewolves and a bunch of shit. It looks badass. If you Google it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Let's see here. I only saw the first one. I thought it was awesome, but I had no desire to see the others. I don't know why not. Probably just because they waited too long, bro. I think that was the problem. Like that was, you know, they waited too long to make the second one. People were just like, we got all this shit now. We got CGI movie. We got Marvel now, motherfucker. We got Marvel, motherfucker. No. we don't need Avatar anymore. No, but no, the second one was great too. I really liked the second one. It's good. Yeah, it's crazy. But I think the third one is it's definitely my favorite. Definitely. And the action's really good in there. The second one had some really good action too. Especially at the end. But those movies are epic. Definitely not perfect. Definitely have a lot of criticism. Really long. You know, they're really long movies, but yeah, I dig them. And they were fun to watch in the theater. I watched all of them actually. Yeah. But to be honest with you, man, I'm actually like I kind of want to see James Cameron make some other movies, dude. Think about it. That guy made some fucking awesome movies, man. Like, get him off Titanic, but you got like True Lies, you got Terminator 2, you got The Terminator. You know what I'm saying? Those movies were badass. I wish he would just kind of, like, yeah, like you don't really need any more Avatars. I think he's got like six to nine movies laid out, but I think he should bounce, dude. I think I'd rather get some new, like, just straight up action movies from him because he does some really good action movies, you know. Titanic was, Titanic or whatever, but I'm talking like True Lies, The Terminator, Terminator 2, Aliens, bro. Those movies were awesome. We need to get more, he needs to have like a resurgence where he goes back to action. Kind of like how Ridley went back to, he's doing Prometheus and a lot of the medieval shit movies. His movies are, they're all right. But he as far as action goes, dude, not that many people could step to Cameron. He's been slumbering for years making his little Avatar movies. But you get that motherfucker in a good action movie, like T2, I think is probably the best action movie ever made. It's got everything in it. It's got like car chases, like a couple of car chases. It's got gun battles. It's got pretty badass fight sequences too. Let's see here. Do they work on home theater? I don't know if they work on home theater. I'm pretty sure they would though. I wouldn't see why not, because he's so like into the movie tech stuff, him and Nolan. But yeah, look up The Devils, bro. That was what he was supposed to be working on. And I don't think Avatar made the new one made $1 billion. They always make like $1 billion. So but he wants like 2 to 3 billion, Cobra, yeah, that movie is pretty good. I like T2. It's not my favorite. I don't know what my favorite would be. But I do think T2 is the best action movie that I can think of. It's been out for a while. But if I stopped and thought, I would probably find another one that I think is the best. Still, not my favorite. And for me, for action, it's literally got to cross. For me, it has to have everything in it. It's got to have car chases, explosions, gunfights, martial arts, badass like fight scenes, you know. And now I don't know if it has all that. It would probably be like a John Wick movie now or something like that. Yeah, and I mean like a modern type action movie, you know. And it has to look really fucking realistic too. That's the thing about Terminator 2. It looks really good, dude. It looks really good. Like when you watch it, everything about it looks top notch. Even the CGI, everything was filmed on camera, so it doesn't look fake. That's why I like T2 so much. Terminator's good too, but it's a horror movie. You know, Terminator 2 is a sci-fi action adventure. The Terminator's techno slasher, right? True Lies is, you know, that was great too. Action comedy. That was really good, dude. Really, really good. That was like his James Bond. Let's see here. Seeing as Tarantino only has one movie left, I enjoy him doing a comic movie. Yeah, dude. True Lies. Yeah, everybody forgets about that. Whenever I bring that up, like, dude, True fucking Lies, bro. That movie's great. Yeah, it's a great movie, man. That's what I'm saying, man. And he was going to do Spider-Man for the longest time. He was going to do Spider-Man with DiCaprio and Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger is going to be Green Goblin, and DiCaprio is going to, you know, obviously be Peter Parker. I'm glad Raimi got it though, but I think it would have been fun though, dude. You know, like a lot of these characters get rebooted so much that it's like, I would have watched a James Cameron reboot. I would have watched a Tim Burton, Nicolas Cage Superman at that time. You know, like in retrospect, because there's been so many of them. It's like, fuck it, I'll try it. Let's try it out. And then the what is it? The Batman. Those movies are like in their own rogue DC universe, so like they just kind of make them. They're not really. Warner Brothers just doesn't even give a fuck. They're like, that's just like art house Batman. You know, it doesn't really. It's just on the periphery. It's an anomaly. Like it doesn't fucking matter. Like let Reeves make it, and people go watch it because we'll just have it there. That'll be like a side like what do you call it? The comic books that you make, you write them and you keep them in a drawer. I forgot. A stock story. It's just like a stock Batman trilogy, you know. We'll make one every 7 years. I think that's kind of how they look at the Batman. Let's see. As much as I would hate to say Nick as Superman, I would actually give it yeah. Because listening to him, like the way he was talking about it, I thought it sounded cool. It was very much like in line with the look of the return of, you know, with the mullet, you know, from Death of Superman. He was gonna look like that. He had the original suit, and he had like an electrical suit in there. He was gonna be extremely dorky as Clark Kent. So he was gonna be wearing like Hawaiian shirts and like flip flops and kind of like fucking Ace Ventura and like dumb but with the big glasses and tripping over shit. Extremely dorky, you know. Like you think of Christopher Reeve, and you know, and there's a normal Clark Kent with the suit and the glasses. But if you do that, like what Cage was trying to bring to the role, he wanted to give him Hawaiian shirts and kind of the big glasses and the long hair. I think that would have been even, you know, more of a contrast to what we know as Clark Kent, right? Extremely dorky and goofy. But and then Burton with this kind of gothic, you know, lean. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen that movie, to be honest with you. I still got to finish watching the Gun movie. I can't do it tonight. Never mind. I'll watch that later. I'm just not really like excited to watch the Gun movie. I don't know, man. I started watching it and I kind of just fell asleep. A lot of people like it. A lot of my friends like it. They like the Silver Age shit, you know. Understandable. They want hope, you know, and the Snyder movies weren't really like hope, but I like Man of Steel way more, dude. That's one of my favorite favorite movies. Actually, it's really good in my opinion. It's got some stupid shit in it too, though. Don't get me wrong. The whole like way Kevin Costner dies. It's like, that was stupid. There ain't really any kind of squaring that with me. Like, you know, that was dumb. Shouldn't have happened. But other than that, there's a lot of good stuff too about it. Yeah. But it looks like we are getting another Superman movie. They're filming it, but you know what? Just because they're filming it, don't mean we're gonna get it. But I'm pretty sure we are gonna get it because I heard that I think it's Paramount's gonna wait like another year before they do the merger with Warner Brothers. Allegedly, that just happened this week. That's what it was saying on Yahoo.com. But I don't know. They could be giving out false information. With that being said, that means that Goofy Gunn will have his Superman movie at least. There we go. Oh, Subspecies has comics out? Yeah, they do, man. I seen some guy, he was doing reviews of them on YouTube. Yeah, dude. Radu. Dude, they made a new movie just came out, bro, where it shows the origin of him. He's like a Templar Knight. The concept's pretty cool, but I was watching the movie. It was kind of boring, but I'd still want to go back and finish it, you know? It was like really low budget, you know? Really, really low budget. Let's see here. So you saw Superman Returns in theater. There were only 2 of us, and they had shut off the commercials when we booed at them at the start of them, and we went straight to the film. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I really didn't like that movie. I remember walking out of that movie being really mad. Really mad. And then when Man of Steel came out, I was like, dude, it was the complete opposite. I was like, I love this movie. I thought like the action in here is so good. Fucking Michael Shannon was so good. Where did you receive your training? On a farm. I fucking love that shit. The whole ending of the movie. Fucking snaps a motherfucker's neck. Fuck yeah. I love that shit. Great movie, dude. I grew up in the 90s, bro, with Death of Superman, so like the Snyder Superman is kind of like the way I see it, you know? Yeah. I have no people. You've taken them from me. Yep. Yeah, I really, yeah. I don't know what to say. The whole Snyder thing is like kind of weird. I kind of feel like I want just him to do like a Dark Knight Returns, and I kind of feel like they need to reboot they need to reboot again, unfortunately. You know. Marvel doesn't need to reboot because they're still making money. They're not making much money, but they're probably going to make some money with Avengers. And if they stop making as much movies and TV shows, they'll be good, you know. DC, on the other hand, they're not doing so well. Trying to make a Bane and Deathstroke movie, I don't think, you know, I would watch it. I love those characters, but I don't think anybody else is going to give a fuck. It's not going to make money. You got to kind of start off small, man. You got to make a Batman movie. You got to think business-wise, you know. Yes, Batman's played out, but he makes money. So you make a good Batman movie, then you make a good Superman movie. Then you go to the next IP, you know. You don't do Wonder Woman, do someone else, you know. Do something else. If you want to do horror, then make a fucking Constantine movie, you know. Maybe do a Swamp Thing movie. That might be pretty cool. Yeah, Swamp Thing's pretty badass. I think if you're like, oh, look, I got a brand new Wonder Woman movie, I don't think people are going to run out to see it. I just don't. she's kind of boring. You know, I don't know. She just it's just like whatever. Same thing with Supergirl, right? You could do a Lobo movie. I wouldn't do a Lobo movie right off the bat. I don't think either. I don't think it's that good for business. I would do that later on, even though he might make more money than Batman and all that if done right, because he's kind of like he is the Daredevil, the Deadpool of DC. He is proto Deadpool. I know he was around before him, but you probably don't want to start off the universe with him just yet, you know. And if you do, you give him like a small budget too, like a Guardians of the Galaxy budget, you know. Yeah. See, I wonder how Clayface will be, because he's not a well-known character. Yeah, I don't know, man. I gotta go check out that new trailer. I haven't seen it yet. The thing is too, and if you're gonna do a lot of characters like that and kind of build them up, because you kind of want to do the Justice League, you know. It's basically you want to do a Green Lantern movie again. You want to do a Green Arrow. Those would be easy to make, or I mean, not Green Lantern, but you got to make it really good, dude. And that's I don't think people give a fuck about Green Lantern that much either, to be honest. It's like people like DC, but like they don't like it like they do Marvel, dude. I don't think they do. You know? But for me, I would go for characters that like seem really cool, you know? That like to make a movie, try to get like a lower budget. I would do Swamp Thing. I do Batman for sure. Batman would be always Batman would be the first. I mean, you got to be stupid not to kick your shit off with a Batman movie. You know, I know that Superman is, you know, one of the first things and whatever, but it's not that era anymore. Batman is way more popular than Superman now. He just simply is. Let's see here. They need to stop. Let's see here. They need to stop mashing them all together for a team movie, both properties. Just put out one shots again and again. We know Batman. Make him fight this dude. Who cares what happens in the last film? See, DC feels to me 50 characters, and it's hard to make them in modern day. I mean, Superman is hard enough, right? That's what I'm saying. So you got to kind of just start off, you know, have the Batman movies, because you have to have money. You have to have money to fuel your endeavor. And Batman he's the money. He's the one that's going to fuel the endeavor, right? And with the Batman movies, you're going to have to make them real big and robust. And there needs to be sci-fi. There needs to be fantasy in there. It needs to have all of that shit, you know? Don't be afraid to make a Nightwing movie. Don't be afraid to make that type of shit. I know Teen Titans is pretty popular, though. That shit is very popular. But I think a Swamp Thing movie would be good. Definitely like Constantine. A lot of people love that. Or just Hellblazer, however you're gonna do it. Lobo for sure. You're gonna want a movie of him. Superman for sure. Green Arrow, that you can make really cheap. You're gonna need a Green Lantern movie, obviously. I think also a fun movie like that could be cool. Possibly would be like Solomon Grundy. A lot of people don't really mess with Solomon Grundy. I think that could be fun. Etrigan the Demon. I think you could do something cool with that. I would do something kind of like maybe kind of like King Arthur, like the movie Excalibur. Do something a little different. Make a medieval kind of movie like that, but put it in the same universe. That type of stuff. But the thing is, like with Gunn, he always has to make everything a team movie. Like, how can I make this one character a team movie, right? Let's do a team build, you know? Like, no, don't work, you know? Trencher, right? Let's see here. It's like no one likes the whole idea of justice all anymore. No, they want blood. And, yeah, like Deadpool, yeah. No, I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like you need like kind of like these cool darker characters, right? Like Swamp Thing would be a cool character. It'd have to be horror. I think Etrigan would be cool. Who else? Yeah, Etrigan the Demon. I think that would be interesting. Something we haven't seen yet. A lot of the dark stuff, right? Yeah, maybe Animal Man. That could be something a little different. But you always have to have Batman movies. You got to have a Batman movie coming out every 2 years. A Batman movie and then probably a Bat fan movie. And it just is what it is. It is what it is. You have to have it. He's their Atlas. I can't really think of all the DC stuff. Jonah Hex would be cool. You could have a Western. Marvel don't have no Westerns, just so you could bring in. Forgot about Jonah. You could do a Jonah Hex movie. See if you had Jonah Hex Western and then Demon Knight like Arthurian style, because the Demon Knights that was with Etrigan, that was in the New 52. That was an Arthurian type team book, but it was fucking cool. Wasn't the best shit ever, but it was something that like something to work with. I really liked Agents of Shade. That's kind of like a Creature Commando thing. I wouldn't do that because Gunn kind of, I don't know. He made it all goofy. He likes to goof everything up. I don't know. Green Lantern. I think Green Lantern has potential. It actually has to be a lot like the first one that Ryan Reynolds did, just not as goofy and better. It needs to be like Top Gun, but he needs to do other stuff. He shouldn't be fighting Parallax in the first movie. That shouldn't be the first villain. See, Jonah Hex. Let's see here. I really liked what's the dude John Cena did? Oh, the Peacemaker. I didn't watch that. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. I wasn't really. I mean, I think the Jonah Hex movie. I respect that movie for what they did. I think that movie is an hour and 10 minutes long, dude. No, the movie is an hour and 15 minutes long, and it is packed with so much shit, and it's packed with like big actors in it, with Josh Brolin. But at the end of the day, for me, it was kind of a disappointment. But it had a lot of really cool things about it, And I wish Jonah Hex was a little smaller, a little more, maybe a little more smaller, darker, self-contained, That one was kind of going all over the place and a big story. But I think it should just be kind of smaller, He would also work good as like a TV show. But what would sell right now too would be Absolute Batman. If you made a movie of that, fucking kids would love that shit, right? If you're looking at it as like about making money, and they're thinking about that shit. They're already doing an animated movie. It's probably that's probably what's going to happen eventually. Yep. And it ain't even fucking Bruce. It ain't even really Batman anymore at that point. It's just this. It's a new Bat dude, Yeah. It would print money, dude. I mean, let's just be honest. Like that, all the kids would go watch it. And all the younger people would watch it because it has. I mean, we haven't seen that. Yeah, it's true. It's probably going to happen too one day. I could see it happening. They're going to need to get a big ass motherfucker though to play him. It's got to be like 6'5", 200 and like fucking 50 pounds. It's got to be huge, a huge guy. Like you might be able to get away with someone like an Alan Richson for Absolute Batman, but it just sucks, dude, because some of it's kind of cool, but it's just not really Batman, I was reading it too, and it just got a little like quasi political for me. I'm like, come on, man, what the fuck is this? Yeah, but some of it I was digging. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, as an Elseworlds Batman, I think it's kind of cool, man. I think they really did a good job. There's a lot of really cool gadgets and stuff. I thought it was pretty brilliant. I'm not gonna say it wasn't. Get all mad about it. remember before that I already drew Absolute Batman once. It's pretty fun character to draw, dude. I drew before the first issue even came out. I was just drawing it off of like fan art or off of concept art. I was like, oh, he kind of looks like Frank Miller Batman mixed, or he looks like the Dark Knight mixed with Kelly Jones's Batman, with a little bit of Eric Draven with like the wraps around the arms. I'm like, this is pretty cool. And that was before anything came out yet. But I kind of stopped reading it, man. Got a little too political there for a second. Let's see here. But yeah, there's some. They got some characters in there though they can make for DC. Thing is that once they do the absolute shit, it's done, son. Like they're done. that's it. Everything's gonna be absolute. I think Green Arrow is like Michael Myers in there. They're saying, yeah. I haven't read it though. Wonder Woman, she looks kind of a little manly in there. Pretty big. And like some of the movies that came out, like Wonder Woman and Aquaman, I don't think people are gonna go running to see Aquaman again. You know, they went to that first one because it was Momoa, and they didn't come back for the second one. Not really. But yeah, I agree that like yeah, the Justice League movies, I don't know, they gotta that needs to be something that kind of they should probably wait on, you know. Don't make too many of them. Marvel could kind of do it with the Avengers, but like because they got all those years of build up. DC, they have to reboot every few years, so it's kind of like I don't know. Hey, later on, Sab, have a good one, buddy. Okay. Yeah, and I think like a lot of people are just kind of over it, dude. Kind of over the superhero stuff. You can, like I said, they have like the standard stuff: Batman, X-Men, Wolverine, Spider-Man. That stuff will sell. Superman to a degree. People will go watch those. You can they'll keep making those movies every 5 to 10 years. But a lot of the other ones, I don't know, man. That first Aquaman movie was the shit too. I really dug that movie. That movie was fucking awesome. I know a lot of people don't like Momoa or whatnot, or he didn't fit the character, but yeah, I really dug that movie. It was action packed, man. There was like 6 fight scenes in there. Big ass underwater like war with all these cool sea creatures and stuff. Yeah, great action in there. Yeah, that movie was really, really cool. The second one wasn't as good though, for some reason. It was not as good. I was really disappointed with it, to be honest. I might have to go back and watch it again. Just some movies, I mean, if you got to go back and keep watching them, it's like, you know, you might be thinking like, you know, maybe I missed something, but I don't know, man. You kind of, when you like something, you like it right then and there. I'm thinking, right? Like when I watched Aquaman, the first one, I was like really digging it. thought that was really cool. And yeah, you could make movies of characters. I think Deathstroke could be a cool character to make into a movie. You know, he's the OG Merc before Deadpool. So funny that Deadpool got made first before for that. Kind of fucked up in a way. Wade Wilson came out before Slade Wilson. It's wild. Yeah, I think a Jonah Hex TV show would be really good. Have Taylor Sheridan do it, the guy that does the Yellowstone. Like, hey, dude, why don't you just make a Jonah Hex show, bro? How does that sound? Just hook up with DC. You know, you guys make a couple bucks. It could be really cool, man. Why don't you guys just make a Jonah Hex show? Make it a little crazy. Hey, what's up, Drawn Sword? How you doing, buddy? Right? Swamp Thing? I really like Swamp Thing. Me and my son were watching there was an actual Swamp Thing 1 season cartoon in the 90s. It's on Tubi. We were watching it yesterday. Yeah, it was you know, it's 90s cheese, but it was fun. I really like Swamp Thing. I really dug the I really dug the new 52 Swamp Thing. I really did like it. The one that Scott Snyder did with Yannick Paquet. Oh, it's great. Fucking killer horror, man. With the rot. Got like that resurrected T-Rex out in the desert, and they got these crazy kid riding on it, and they're like zombie people. The rot. It's pretty decent. I think Scott Snyder is a great writer. When he's doing horror, that's where he sings is in horror. But they always got him on Batman and like other shit, you know. Swamp Thing versus Solomon Kane. Right? That would be pretty crazy. You could see that, right? Definitely like up in the moors, right? He's in England. He would be more like Moor King. Or more thing. Bog thing. Did you see the TV show Drawn Sword? The Swamp Thing TV show that came out about, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago? For the beatdown? The TV show was excellent, man. If you can ever get a hold of it. It wasn't perfect, right? But it was good. They really nailed the character, the action, the body horror, the the horror, and the design was phenomenal. Excuse me. The design, the voice of Swamp Thing was phenomenal. I highly recommend that TV show if you can get a hold of it. Yeah, and they had to cancel it. Check this out. They had to cancel the Swamp Thing TV show because it was too expensive. It was just too expensive. Yeah. Yeah, Marvel, though, they definitely have more options, man. Definitely do. Well, the TV show came out, I think it might have been about 10 years ago. And was by the guy, Lynn Wiseman, I think, that did the Underworld franchise. And it was produced by James Wan. And that came out when DC had its own like streaming service. I forgot the name of it, but I think it was probably about 10 years ago. Yeah. It was on HBO for a minute, too. That's how I got to finally watch it. It was good though. Pretty good, pretty decent cast. Like they had like Kevin Durant in there, Virginia Madsen from Candyman. Who else was in there? I forgot his name. I think this one guy from like The Postman and The Punisher. Pretty good actor. Not like a real known name guy, but a good actor. Let's see what Marvel and DC characters that haven't been done would you want to see? Whew. For Marvel, it's hard to say because sometimes like I want to see it, but I want to see it done better, you know. Yeah, it's kind of a tricky one. There's a lot though. Like I'd like to see a better Hulk movie. Like better Hulk movies. I'd like to see better Punisher. Yeah. Ghost Rider. I want to see more Ghost Rider. More Blade would be cool. DC. I want to see some good Lobo movies or TV show or something. I'd like to see some Swamp Thing from DC. What else? Definitely Jonah Hex. I'd love to see a Jonah Hex TV show. I think that would be really cool. I've seen him on TV too. He was on that World of Tomorrow show, but it was really, that show was ass. It really was. What else is there? That Swamp Thing. And then, to be honest with you, man, it seems like they can never nail Batman. You know, he's like one of my favorite characters, right? But they can never get him right. They can never just nail the movie perfectly, you know? But he's played out, so it's kind of like, we've had enough of him. But it seems like something's always off. You know, like they did Lobo, but no one watched it. And it was, you know, for Supergirl. And I was going to watch it, man, but something about it just kind of turned me off. It just looked really goofy. Goofy gun, you know? Swamp Thing. I'd like to see Constantine come back. I liked it, dude. I actually liked the Constantine TV show. That was pretty. Yeah, dude. I'd love to see Dredd. I'd actually love to see like some Dredd movies more than anything DC. To be honest, I really like Judge Dredd, and I really didn't read too much of Dredd, but I like him. He seems like a character like the Punisher, but you can't you can't really fuck them up because you have to do them a certain way, you know? So, yeah, I'd like to see some Judge Dredd. That would be really entertaining. I'm not the only one either. But yeah, a lot of stuff's kind of been done already. You know? It's like Batman, there's always something off about it. They can never do, you know. Like the new one with Pattinson, he's just kind of didn't really look he didn't really work out that much. The movie was kind of woke. The suit looked like ass, I thought. The editing, the movie was too long. It was like 3 hours long almost. Should have been less. The fight scenes were in the first 20 minutes and then at the last 20 minutes. So you're basically sitting through 2 hours and 20 minutes of no fights with Batman. That's too long. The look of the film was I thought perfect. The location was perfect. The gothic vibes of the movie and architecture for the Batman was on point. Like, it looked great. The movie looked great. The Batmobile was okay, but it just looked like a muscle car. It didn't really have the bad aesthetic to it. Yeah, a lot of problems. The wingsuit looked really stupid. It looked like he was wearing a black trash bag. He looked like the Misdemeanor Elliott rapper chick from the 90s when he put it on. That looked really stupid. I don't know. I kind of feel like they really nailed Batman, and I know they really nailed Batman in Batman Begins. I thought that movie was solid. I think the action was filmed really, really bad, though. He filmed it like too close. Yeah. Nolan barely learned how to shoot fight sequences by Dark Knight Rises. And the fights in there are pretty basic. Let's see here. Dredd, Strontium Dog, Missionary Man, ABC Warriors. Yeah, those are pretty cool. Nemesis. I think there's a Rogue Trooper coming. Oh yeah, Rogue Trooper. Yeah, I think it's an animated movie. Yeah, man. And I'd like to see, like for me, to be honest, it's more stuff like that, like underground stuff getting made. Old pulp characters like the Shadow. I'd like to see more of that. The Phantom. Fuck, I'd love to see like a trilogy of the Rocketeer. Disney, what are you doing? I know it's kind of like out of left field, but done right. I really like Gargoyles. I think Gargoyles would be fucking awesome. They're supposedly making a TV show of that. I think it's going to be live action, so I'm actually looking forward to that. Normally I could just spit nonstop IP ideas of stuff I'd like to see. Right now I'm just kind of... Ugh. Obviously, like Conan, I think they could do a really good Brad McMorran trilogy of movies. I think they could do a really good trilogy of Cole. I think Conan could be a TV show. I think Cole could be a TV show too, right? But Cole could definitely be like a 3-part movie. Brad McMorran could be a trilogy. El Borat could probably be a TV show. Be something a little different. Yeah. I heard they were going to remake the Beastmaster too. I heard that somewhere. I think that would be really cool. I don't got a problem with remakes for some things are really cool, and they should keep making stuff of them. There's that, and then the other thing is, sometimes remakes are better than the original. But it has to be better than the original or just as good. But usually it's got to be better. And Solomon Kane would make a great show, brother, right? Oh, on HBO or something like that. Well, you could take him anywhere. But HBO would be cool because like you could do the horror, and they, or even Prime. I think Prime's got the money because of Bezos. Prime's doing a lot of big shit right now. They're doing He-Man. They're doing Conan. Reacher. No, there's another big kind of badass like property like that. They're doing Lord of the Rings, but they're kind of mucking it up. But too many people watched it, so now they're kind of just they're keeping the ball rolling on it. See, the thing is, if you put Sauron, people are gonna watch it. If you put Sauron, I'm gonna watch it, bro. If fucking Sauron's forging a ring, I'm gonna fucking watch it. And it looks kind of cool, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I watched the last season. I watched part of the first season. It was kind of boring. The second season was, it's all bastardization. It's all the Tolkien schlop, but I still watched it. So they got that. But they have one more thing that they're working on too. Yeah. Prime's doing a lot of shit, dude. They're doing a lot of cool. They're doing a lot of cool IPs. Conan, He-Man. I mean, you got two right there I love. Yeah, there's another one. I really like dude, I really like that show Reacher. I think Reacher's fantastic. The second season was okay. The third season was badass. The second season he's on a team, so I'm not really into team stuff, dude. It's funny, I was watching that interview with Frank Miller, and Zack Snyder, and they're like, what do you like? One of the questions was, what do you like doing more, the team books or just like the singular character books? He's like, oh, I like the loners, man. I like doing and I'm the same way, bro. I don't like seeing teams all the time. Usually in stories, if it's a loner story or a singular character, they're going to team up with somebody at some point, at least with one person. They're going to team up, or they're going to find a chick and that'll be the love interest, and maybe she'll kind of help them out, or she'll, something. Or they'll team up with one person, but yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, man. I think it just, you got to kind of focus on one character. But I mean, with a TV show, you can really, build those characters out. Yeah. Bam. Yeah, I don't really like Star Wars, man. I'm really kind of burned out on it. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what? I'd rather watch like a TV show of like just one TV show of John Carter than all of a Star Wars shit. Like, I'd rather watch one Warlord of Mars than all of the Star Wars. I just get tired of seeing like Jedis in robes, like with light, like monks in robes with lightsabers. It just gets boring, Fuck this shit. That, I mean, like, the Mandalorians, they're cool. They got some cool looking alien dudes and shit, but a lot of the time it's just monks running around in robes with light swords, and after a while it gets kind of boring. Like, give me John Carter, bro. Have John Carter go in there and fuck those guys up, That'd be a pretty good beatdown. John Carter versus like Mace Windu or some shit. That'd be funny. John Carter versus Mace Windu. Or Obi-Wan. Yeah. All right. Well. Yeah. Yeah, but Bounty Hunter's Tales, that would be pretty cool. Like Dash Rendar, right? That I could fuck with. Once it gets kind of dirty, like Han Solo, you get those really gritty kind of blue collar characters, then yeah, that's what I like. I like Vader too. He's really cool. Vader, Fett's really cool. Mandalorian was kind of cool a little bit, kinda. Maybe the first season it just got a little goofy, but yeah. But going about 2 hours, guys. Probably gonna call it now. What's tomorrow? Saturday. I'm gonna try to get in here tomorrow night and throw down on some more inks. This thing's taking me forever, but it's all good. I appreciate you all stopping by. Hope you guys have a great weekend. TGIF. Happy Friday. And I'll be seeing you. Always remember to be bold, be brave, and roll the bones to know your role. And remember, if the artist isn't starving, then the artist isn't hungry. Catch you guys later. Stay metal.